out and about today, going out to
the man stores.
The man stores.
And show them what's next. Oh, you can't read it anymore. Maybe.
Ace. Dang it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my sugar mama pay for this.
Yeah, with his card.
So this is the Ace Hardware brand Rustoleum, if you will. Same stuff, and this is what we're gonna use to paint the inside of the bus. But all they have like specific colors, but they said they'll tint it for us. So we get to go pick out a cool paint color right now. How's your white search going?
It's really interesting. Look how many whites there are to choose from, and the variation. Like this one is a very pink kind of white.
I kind of like that one actually.
This one's a very yellow. This one's a very gray. This is more of just a pure white.
Right. I like this one here.
I like the in-between ones. I like this
one. I like the ivory color.
Yeah, I do too. I like that a lot.
Totally nice.
That's just a little more white than that.
Yeah. That's a good color. These two I like.
I don't like this one as much, but I could get on board with this one.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
It's always best to choose a color outside because most likely the light that you have coming into wherever you're painting is going to be from the outside, except for in the evening when you have your lights on.
This is so cool.
So this is going to take 3 shots. And that. That. And a half shot.
That exact match.
It's a match. Dove Creek.
Dove Creek. Clear this stuff out of here. I want to run over this one more time because you can see like some little shiny spots that I missed in the corners. So we're going to hit that with like a scuff pad real fast. We do a degreaser on this thing. Then we have to mask off. And then we tack cloth. And then we can shoot. And that's a lot to do in one day for some project this big. So we better get started. So the next step in what we're doing here is we want to remove all the wax and the tar and the grease and stuff off the surfaces before we spray. So we decided to use the Rustoleum stuff. Haven't heard anything bad or good about it, but it says it's for that. So, and I guess you're supposed to put it on thick. It's all watery. Put it on and then somebody come behind you and just wipe it off. So that's what we're doing. Tack cloth. We're almost there! This is worse than sanding. It's so much harder.
The sun has completely gone down, and Mike is still hard at work in the bus, spraying primer.
We decided to paint the ceiling of the bus with oil-based paint. and you saw us get that at Ace Hardware. And in order to shoot it with an HVLP gun like this, we have to cut it a little bit with some mineral spirits. I went online and I looked at a lot of different methods of cutting this down and reducing it for painting. And some people use hardener, and some people use acetone, and some people use this. I settled on mineral spirits, RustoleumPaintJob.com. We paid the money to get that little course. I think it's very valuable. And so I've already pre-mixed this. I used 4-to-1 ratio of the paint that we bought and mineral spirits in here. I've already mixed it up really well. And now I'm just going to strain it, and we're going to take it in there and start shooting. Now this is quite a bit more liquid than the primer was. Primer was 10-to-1 mixture. This is a 4-to-1 mixture, so there's quite a bit more mineral spirits in this, which means that I have to be extraordinarily careful that I don't make this run.
Wear a respirator. It's really important.
All right, here we go. Just a test here. We're looking at the first coat of paint that went on. And if you look closely, which you probably can see it, I don't know if you can, and I can see it in the LCD here, but you can see I got the first coat on, and I'm very pleased with the amount of gloss that's in it. Obviously I'm going to need a second coat, but it does look, I think it's going to be great. Okay, we're about to shoot a second coat, but we need to check. And the way you check, the way I learned on this before you shoot, is it gets tacky like that. And you can, if you listen, how it just pops off. That's the tacky you're looking for. So even out here in the thick stuff, it's good. Get it?
Close enough.
Let me just say this, that this painting, this is the first time I've ever painted anything. This is hard. It's time consuming. It's not hard, it's tedious, it's time consuming. The sanding was huge. The priming was, you know, then learning how to use the gun, learning how to set the gun, all that stuff. Watch lots of videos, learn how to do this. And then I kind of found my own thing. And it started to work. I started to get it. I started to just see like what it should look like when the paint's going in, how much pressure there should be. And then you'll start to like notice as you're spraying if the pressure's changed for some reason. And this right here is the pressure like regulator for the gun. Get a good one. Don't get a crappy one. This one's a crappy one, and if you even bump it, the pressure changes. Not even turn it, just bump it. So that part sucks. But other than that, it actually has been a neat experience. Probably not as hard as tearing the roof off. It's still fulfilling, and I'm so happy with the way it looks in there. It's so good. I mixed my paint 4-to-1, but what I did is I had these containers right here, and I pre-mixed everything in here. So I put my paint in, then I added the one part of mineral spirits in here, and now I just have it mixed up, so I don't have to worry about it. I can just, you know, filter it and paint. This little stand here, it was like 12 bucks. Get it. Don't even think about it. Just get that thing. I just don't know what I would do without it. It's just so much better. I want to take a second and discuss the safety aspect of painting the inside of your bus. We masked it all off. All the windows are covered, the doors are covered, everything's covered, and there's no ventilation in there whatsoever. And it's pretty foggy when I'm painting. And without this, I would probably end up with cancer or something. It's that bad. So make sure that you're using this. This here will probably be done. This is kind of a disposable one. It'll probably be done, and I'm gonna check it when I'm done painting the inside of this thing because it was that foggy. So before I get painting, I'll just talk about the settings because people are gonna ask if I don't. I set the pressure to about 23 PSI. The way you do that though is you don't, see if you can see it here. Right now you can see it's at like, the pressure is at like 100 pounds. You squeeze, when you squeeze the trigger on the gun a little bit, it doesn't push paint out. So then you can adjust, you want to adjust the flow pressure to 23. So now, when I'm holding it down, I'm getting 23 PSI right here. That's how you adjust the pressure. This is a like the pro model of the Harbor Freight guns. It actually got great reviews. Not the purple one. This is above the purple one. The purple one doesn't do a very good job compared to this. So the next thing you want to do is you want to check your pattern. So let's look. If you've used masking like I have, it makes it a lot easier because then you can just see what you got and see how it's running. What you're looking for is a nice big fan. So let's do it too big here, like this. That's a huge fan. This one here doesn't like have too many, notice it's a cigar shape. That's really good. And so this is actually well set, even this gun is really good. Normally when you set to an extremely wide fan, as wide as it can get, there'll be a lot of paint here and a lot of paint here, and it'll be a little bit light here, but this gun adjusts really well, I think. So it's set. I don't like it quite that wide, so I narrow it down just a little bit. There we go. Oh, see, here we go. Okay, this is the downside of a cheap regulator we'll talk about. I had this thing set to 23 pounds. I must have bumped it, because look, we're at like 17 pounds. So, one thing I did notice though, the sound. I've gotten used to the sound that it makes, and when it's the right sound, see, very nice. When it's the right sound, you just know. You could spray, and see how long it takes. You can spray before you see a run, and you want that to be like at least 2 seconds. If you can put 2 seconds like that without getting a run, then you're looking at not getting a run when you're shooting on the thing. So anyway, let's put the mask on. Let's shoot this thing. You'll see that I'm shooting at an angle right here. I can't shoot upside down. If I shoot it upside down, then it's a gravity feed. It won't work. So I have to shoot at an angle. So I'm limited, and there's nothing I can do about that. It looks like 1 gallon of paint is going to be enough to do the 3 coats I need. It's going to be right at the end though, right down to spitting on this thing. It's going to be pretty tight. That's it.
Done?
We're done. And we're out of paint. So, like right to the end of the paint. We're done.
You're never really done. We're done painting, but now we got to clean up. Look at my arms.
Yeti.
I look like a gray old man.
Yeti man.
I am a Yeti man. Having an air gun goes a long way.
So here's our final reveal of painting the inside of the bus and the ceiling, and I love it.
I love it too. It looks so good. How shiny it is, glossy, beautiful. I love it.
Everything looks really clean and bright. I'm happy with the color we chose. I love the rivet lines. They're so industrial. They look kind of steampunk. I think it's cute.
This was so worth the time and effort that we put into it, and it was a lot of time and effort.
I'm super happy with it.